going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video, and here to talk about the Week 1 loss that the Green Bay Packers had against the New Orleans Saints, in which they got the doors blown off them. Okay, and this was an abysmal performance from the Packers, and I want to give my quick thoughts on this, but let me preface my comments before by saying this. I see a lot of people obviously reacting to this. A lot of the mainstream media has gone ahead and drawn a lot of conclusions from this, and I just want to say this, all right? I'm not saying that this could be a sign of things to come for the Green Bay Packers offense and how they looked, right? But what I'm saying is this: be very careful drawing conclusions in Week 1. It's only 1 week, and if you remember, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last season lost to the New Orleans Saints 38-3 as well. And they went on to win the Super Bowl. So again, I'm not saying it can't be something where this is a trend here, but be very careful drawing conclusions in Week 1. All right? It's very hard to do that right now. Be very careful with that. With that being said, let's talk about this loss. Packers lose 38-3. Awful performance, just an abysmal game from the Packers offense. Aaron Rodgers, uncharacteristic of himself, 15 for 28, 173 yards, no touchdowns and 2 interceptions. One of those which looked absolutely awful. Like, I didn't recognize the guy on the field. It did not look like Aaron Rodgers. He didn't play like Aaron Rodgers. He just did not feel like Aaron Rodgers. Like, that was not the typical Aaron Rodgers we're used to. And the Packers offense suffered because of it, right? Devontae Adams, 5 for 56, nothing crazy. So Packers offense, 1 for 10 on third down, just flat out awful, right? Awful performance. But instead of focusing more on the Packers, I want to shift the focus a little bit on the Saints and give the Saints defense their credit. This Saints defense is elite. This Saints defense deserves more respect, folks, because they've got some playmakers and they've got a very elite group of guys here that made life miserable for the Packers offense. Like, the Packers offensive line couldn't contain the Saints D-line. Marshawn Lattimore was wrecking havoc out there. This Saints defense deserves a lot of credit. So that's first and foremost. Number 2, Sean Payton deserves credit here because everybody, including myself, thought, hey, Drew Brees is gone. The Saints are absolutely going to take a step back. And again, it's only Week 1. But the fact that Sean Payton was still able to use a guy like Jameis Winston, who's talented, but we know his erratic decision-making, and not throw a lot, but make him more efficient, right? What did he have? 14 for 20, less than 200 yards, but 5 touchdowns. Like, that's efficient right there. So making a quarterback who's not known for his efficiency, make him look efficient, that's all Sean Payton right there. Obviously, I want to give credit to Jameis Winston, but the Saints deserve more credit here, folks, all right? A lot of people are focusing on the Packers. I want to focus more on the Saints. Give them their credit here. So Sean Payton, that defense, this Saints team, I will say this much. Again, it's only Week 1, but I don't want to take them lightly anymore. All right. When Drew Brees was gone, I thought, okay, we can't take the Saints that serious as a contender for the division. And I'm not saying they could win the division. It's still the Bucs division to lose. But maybe as a back-end playoff team with Jameis Winston, yeah, I think that's still possible. Let's switch gears to the Green Bay Packers here. Obviously, we talked about how awful their offense looked, and everybody wants to talk about, okay, Aaron Rodgers, right? What kind of performance was this? And here's where I'm kind of at, okay? What if this is Aaron Rodgers basically taking a look at the situation and him thinking, man, I don't know if I want to be here. And yeah, I made amends, I made up, and I'm going to be here for at least 1 season. But, like, you were just so ready to move on, and now you have to spend 1 more season there. And now it's like, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers really wants to be there. And that's a legitimate question. And that's one of the reasons I was not high on the Packers coming into the season. The Packers just playing the worst division, arguably, in football in the NFC North, so they're going to win this division by default. But if they were in a tougher division, like, let's say, the NFC West, the Packers, I would say, might not make the playoffs. Now, again, it's Week 1. I don't want to overreact. I told you, the Bucs lost 38-3 to the Saints last year. But I will say, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think he's going to be as engaged this year. That's one of the reasons I avoided drafting him in fantasy football. And I said, look, he had his MVP season last year. That was him having something to prove. This year, I don't think he has anything to prove. This is a year where, I think he's just ready to move on and he's trying to get through the year. And this felt like a quarterback who was just ready to get through the year, right? And That's all I have to say. The Packers looked unprepared. They looked like they didn't want to be there, and they showed their performance in that, right? Getting absolutely destroyed. So, again, it's only week one, but Aaron Rodgers looks like a guy who does not want to be in Green Bay. And I promise you this much. If he was on a team like the Broncos, if he was on another team, a new team, I promise you he would have played better. I think he's over Green Bay, and he made amends because the Packers, called his bluff and told him they're not trading him. But I don't think he really wants to be there. I think he wants to move on. So this is just week one, but let's see what happens. But those are my quick thoughts on Packers. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for watching.